Hey, good morning. Um, this is like a video 2 update of my date night by myself last night, and it went really good. I did everything that I wanted to do, and even though I was apprehensive and a little nervous and afraid about everything, I was still, I pushed through, and by the end of the night, I had a pretty decent time. It was nice. It wasn't. I still feel like it wasn't as nice as it could have been if I was there with someone I enjoyed being with, which I think that's most things. So I don't think that's unexpected. But yeah, it went pretty good, and I plan on doing it again. This morning, I got my first visit with my son since Christmas after going to court the other day. We're still waiting on hearing what the court says, but I guess she's done playing games for a minute. Or her lawyer told her to do it, whatever. I don't know, but he's here, and I'm finding myself in an odd place because my son is 10 years old. He knew what was going on. He was involved in it too. And I'm kind of pissed at him. And I still love him, but I'm pissed at him. And I mean, he lied on me. He helped her to destroy my character. And he's fought against me in everything that I've tried to do to help him. And I mean, it feels like another betrayal. And I mean, I'm done with saying, you know what, that stuff's okay, because it's not. I have a right to feel upset about it. I have a right to be upset with him. I'm not showing it to him. I'm not taking it out on him. But I am. And I mean, to me, that this morning I started to push that down and just get rid of that feeling. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about, but I decided, you know what, I have a right to feel this way. I was done wrong, and for me to say that I wasn't, or to say that I didn't have a right to feel that way, is me continuing to let people treat me that way. And they can treat me how they feel like they need to, but it doesn't mean I have to accept it anymore. It doesn't mean that I am deserving of that treatment. But anyway, and another thing that led me to think about this. Thought that, everything that's happened in my life has happened as a result of the choices that I've made. And I'm the only one to blame for any of it. And I can trace it back to, one of the first decisions that I made was me leaving my grandparents' house and going to live with my mother. Which my mother was narcissistic. And, that's where I can really start tracing back everything that fucked up in my life. Because from there it went to alcohol, then, just a rough little life for a while, all kinds of crap. And, even though I've come back, I've had my ups and downs in it. And I've slowly been working my way back. It's taken me almost 20 years to get back to where I was then. And it's all a result of me making poor decisions and not trusting my gut and going with what I know is right. And it's condemning, but it's freeing at the same time, because it forces you to look at the things that you've done and how no one else has played any part in it that you haven't allowed. You've opened the doorway for everything. And sometimes you don't even see it. And I don't see everything. It's just, it's just. And I'm going to continue looking, because within that is self-discovery, and that's where it's freeing. That's where you begin to see, this is the thing that allowed that, and I don't have to allow that anymore. So that frees you of that. I mean, it's a really it's really a trip to understand that you have this much control in your life whenever you think you really don't. And I know that control is an illusion at any level, really, but I think I'm starting to finally grasp on it and understand what the meaning of the saying is that says life is happening for you and not to you. And that's what it's done. It's happened for me. It's done everything that I've opened the doorway for it to happen. It's done everything that I've allowed to happen. And I can do anything that I want it to do. And that's the thing. As you know, I've done that in my life. You know, whenever I put my mind to something and I really done it, I've achieved it. And when I fail, it's because I failed. I didn't do it, you know. In this past relationship, I failed to see the issues that I had laying dormant in me from my mother. You know, and I failed to see, you know, there's a lot of things I did, but, you know, I failed to see that not every human being is caring and compassionate. Not every human being cares about another human being. Some people are just fucking selfish. I mean, that's truly all they are, is selfish. And to try to, I've never understood that. I've always thought, you know, there is some good in people. Deep down, there has to be some good. And, you know, you can coax that out of them, and you can't. Some people are just fucked. And you can't save everybody. And it's not up to me to save everybody. I've got to save myself. And I've also kind of decided that, you know, as bad as I want a relationship, I desperately do. And I think that's an issue. I really believe that that's a codependency issue, because I desperately want a relationship. I crave that connection. And that's one thing that led me into the one I was with, you know, is that neediness. And I think that's one reason I didn't feel comfortable going on that date night with myself last night, because it was just me, you know. And I've always felt like I wasn't enough, but I know I am. I'm all that I need. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I just got a lot of stuff going through my head this morning. Oh, with the relationship. But I think that God will give me the right relationship, everything that I deserve, and more, whenever I become the best me that I can be. And in doing that, I will probably find my mate. Because, to be honest, both of my ex-wives, I was slumming it. I'm not trying to put anybody down, but I mean, the lifestyle I was living, that's the type of people I was around, that's the options I had. I mean, that was the area. I mean, the menu, the selection, it was that. I mean, and that's why I think until I become who I really want to be and who I'm comfortable with being all the time, and where I achieve what I want to achieve, you know, if I was getting a relationship again now, and that's one reason my last one ended, is because it was just not going to work out because of that reason. She had her life that she was at, and I had my goals that I wanted to achieve, and it just, they weren't meshing. But, I mean, that was one of the small things. I mean, that wasn't even a major part of it. It's just something I saw that could be a problem. But if I was to get involved with anyone right now, then it could potentially later on put me right back here. And that's not what I want. I know the type of woman that I'm wanting. I know the type of man I want to be. and I know how I want my relationship, and I'm not going to settle for anything less anymore. But this dating thing's a trip. I mean, it's shit's for the birds. I mean, and the thoughts cross my mind too. What if I never do get in another relationship? You know, I don't think that would be the end of the world, because I came in this world by myself. I've made it this far through mud and muck and grime and shit, and I know all of y'all have too. I mean, it's just... But anyway, my daughter and son ought to be getting back from the store. They went to get some milk. But I just want to make this little video this morning and let y'all know how last night went, and pretty much just talk for a minute to get some stuff off my chest. You know, when you say things out loud, it kind of solidifies them, and it's just kind of where I'm at. But, the reason I got on all this relationship stuff is there was a girl I liked, and I kind of talked to her a little bit about it because I knew it wouldn't go anywhere, but I just wanted, you know, I had to express it because I think keeping stuff bottled up inside, it's like torture, you know. So, but that's what got me thinking, and I noticed, you know, I had this little crush. That's one reason I decided to do the date night thing, because I knew I didn't. Well, anyway, you can figure it out, but God bless and love all y'all. Y'all are awesome.